I haven't spent enough time with Enshrouded since its launch, so I'm not feeling informed enough to give a proper opinion of it at this point in time. I wanted to review this space exploration game called Cosmotea that I've been playing with a friend recently. It's been in early access since October 2022, but it kind of passed me by when it first arrived. Cosmotea is first and foremost a 2D spaceship designer. Think of almost any spaceship you want to make, and you can pretty much make it here. But think carefully, the position of the ship's weapons, shields, ammo storage and factories, and their proximity to the energy generators, it can all affect the efficiency of how your ship runs. So you design your ship, or you do what I did and just go with one of the 3 starter ships the game has. What next? Well, the procedurally generated galaxy awaits. You start by taking missions, trading materials, bounty hunts, exploration mapping, even mining asteroids. It was all pretty reminiscent of Freelancer back in the day. You do what missions you choose, and you get your payday, all with the aim of upgrading your ship's systems. As success rolls in, you'll accrue more reputation points, which allows for the hiring of more crew, which in turn gives you more efficiency to start teching up towards bigger lasers, bigger shields, bigger hyperdrives, that sort of thing. The galaxy is full of danger, so you might want to bring a buddy. Yep, Cosmotea can be played cooperatively. There's even PvP, I'm told. The combat can be as broad or as targeted as you like. During encounters with space pirates, I tended to target their disruptors first, and then either the bridge or the cockpit if it was in the front, or their main weapon systems if it was in the back. One of the awesome things about this game is the level of choice it allows with combat encounters. You can choose to shoot the hyperdrive, which will explode the ship into tiny pieces, or you can destroy their engines while you manually dismantle their ship into parts and watch the crew's corpses float in space.
But I never knew that!
Or you can disable the ship, board it, and make it your own. You can have a fleet of ships to aid your adventures. How great is that? There's also some pretty involved resource management systems. Your generators spit out I guess they're power cells? And these have to be carried to your guns, booster rockets, shields, all for these systems to work. It's a fine balance of having enough crew to ferry the cells around, but also enough to man the turrets and ensure the shields are still active. If you don't prioritize the crew's duties, you may end up with no shields, or no engine power, or even no one on the bridge, which happened to me, which disables the entire ship control for you. You'll also need crew to go EVA to collect stuff floating in space. From trading parts between space installations to picking apart the ships you destroy, or the ones you find in ship graveyards in the system, you'll likely end up needing a decent-sized cargo hold. You'll eventually be able to manufacture steel, ammo, and all sorts of things that you'll either use yourself or you can sell on to make a tidy profit. The galaxy can be pretty brutal though. After I left the first system, I found a world of hurt and very quickly realised I needed to tech up if I was going to compete. I'm sure my ship designing skills are total crap, but I've been really proud of the adjustments I've made to my ship that I've named the Aventador. I even gave it a cheeky paint job. Yeah, that's the other thing, you can paint your ship how you like. There are decals that have shaded textures that give it more of a 3D feel, but I didn't bother with that too much.
Nice.
Some of the music is pretty impressively epic. It's got a quaint MIDI file quality to it, but I was kind of vibing with it. I was a bit bummed that sometimes it won't play in the title menu screen. Not sure if that's a bug or by design, but honestly it doesn't matter in the grand scheme. The sound effects had a muted tone, but seeing as though sound doesn't travel in space, I was glad there was some sound at all. I do really enjoy the explosions and the fires that can rip through your ship. Graphically, it's all very well done. There's no real story as yet, and there's no voice acting. It's very much a choose your own adventure at this point. The thing that will keep me playing is the ability to make bigger and better ships and just fang around trying them out. Yet another fantastic addition is the workshop, where you can share your ship designs and download all sorts of crazy ships that others have come up with. There's some truly terrifying stuff there, let me tell you. Cosmotea also plays very well with mods, and this will likely add even more longevity to the gameplay. The one downside I've found with Cosmotea is the distinct lack of UI explanation. There is a text tutorial of sorts at present, but it doesn't nearly go into enough detail to understand the extent of your ship control. A lot of the tricks I learned were from watching some of the more experienced players on YouTube. Neilhouse has some excellent videos, and he goes into more detail about crew management, which I had no idea about. Cosmotea mainly sells itself on the ability to design and build the ultimate ship, and I think it absolutely delivers in spades. Whether it's playing single player, making your own way across the galaxy, or playing cooperatively with friends, or even playing My ship's better than yours, in some PvP action. I can see an amazingly addictive game here. I found the controls really poorly explained, and a lot of what I learned had to come from other sources, but it's still in early access. Despite this, it's like I'm back playing Freelancer again, albeit in 2 dimensions, hyperjumping my way into the next adventure.
Somebody please take care of my dog Spanky. He loves tuna and hates